Hi, this is Leon at the Computer Room Nottingham. What we've got here is a iPad mini that's been sent to us for repair. In short, it is a iPad mini repair that's gone a bit wrong from what we're told. This is a white screen here, even though the box depicts that the iPad is black. It's the LCD screen, and then everything else is under here. Someone got the repair underway, and then things got a little bit difficult and stuck, as far as I know. The main reason is because of the touchscreen and the way that it works. With this IC here, I think some soldering has been done and it hasn't worked out, but we're going to take a look at this to see what needs to be done, and then we'll move on. This is the screen assembly that was sent with it. Now, straight away the home button isn't straight, so that's going to need a bit of rectifying. It doesn't really sit sort of level either. You can feel a slight click there, but I'm told it doesn't work. Now there has been soldering done, as you can see here. We're going to take a look at this closer to see if those solders are okay, or whether in fact the solders need desoldering and maybe remaking, see whether there's any damage there, missing solder joints, things like that. So once we've checked that out, then yeah, we'll move on. Alright, then here we are. What we've done is desolder the whole cable. We've done that just by sort of holding this down with some tape to the mat. Then we've heated this whole area so that we can just peel it straight off, and that's exactly what's happened. That's all fine. What we're going to do next is clean all this up to get all the flux off and make sure it's all okay. Solder back on. We'll also see what's going on with the home button, and then we'll move on with testing. Alright, before we move on to this soldering here, we've checked out the home button, and we've looked at the soldering. We don't know too much about the sort of how this has been done. But it doesn't look too good on the home button, so what we're going to do is desolder this as well, make sure everything's all okay, there's no damaged solder pads. We'll then resolder and really just reassemble the iPad. Okay, this here for the home button circuit, we've desoldered and soldered back together. As you can see, it's looking a lot nicer now. The original joints that were made look quite dry, some of them didn't really look too formed. But we've got this here that you can see it's looking good, all nice and solid. So what we're going to do is just fold this back over, get it in place, and then solder the IC onto here to see what we get. Okay, we're starting to solder this IC back in. Really from here on in, it's just reassembling as though we were actually doing the repair ourselves. We've soldered the IC just at each end for now, to get it in exactly the right place with these alignment marks, and that's what we've achieved. Now we're going to just solder down all the solder joints there, make sure they're all safe and good and strong, and then we'll test in the iPad. The solder joints have all been remade, they're all good and strong, absolutely fine. Now there are nearly 70 solder joints in that one small space. What I'm going to do now though is just get the screen in the iPad, and we'll get tested. Alright, then here we are. We have the iPad switched on after we've got everything sort of in place. We haven't stuck the screen down. As you can see, you've got some movement there. The touchscreen does look to be working now, apart from in this sort of top corner. So after the soldering that we've done, it looks like we need to desolder it to be able to try a new screen. We're going to try a new touchscreen first, and then we'll move on and try a new IC if we need to. But we'll get a new touchscreen soldered up, and then we'll move on. Alright, then moving on, we do have a new screen. As you can see, it's slightly different. And testing, it's absolutely fine. This area is working, no problem at all. So there we go. It's a bit regrettable that we haven't been able to show sort of the unsoldering, the desoldering and soldering of the new screen, this one here, but it does take quite a long time to do. So I just thought we'd get it swapped straight out, put this back in and show it working, which it is, and that's pretty good. Now all we need to do is stick this screen down and we're done. We'll get that stuck down now. We'll most likely see it working fully and all sort of proper very soon. Here we are then, the repair is done. We've got the screen stuck down. As you can see, it's not sort of coming up anymore. There's nothing going on there at all. It's all solid and ready to go. So we're really happy with that. After the problems the iPad has had, it is all ready to be sent back. Now if you've got your own iPad mini with screen problems, damage in any way, then please do give us a call or send us a message. As you can see, we can always help.